Hello, KW agents. Thanks so much for watching this video. My name is Sydney Seymour. I'm the Regional Technology Trainer for the Carolinas region, serving both North Carolina and South Carolina. And today we're going to talk about client updates and opportunities. And this is such an important item that you have in command because I don't know about where you are, but the market in our area is hot, hot, hot. And while that is fantastic, we want to make sure that we're always communicating with our buyers or our sellers everything that we're doing to really make this the best experience possible. And one of the best features that you have in Command allows you to set this up automatically, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to move on over into opportunities. As a reminder, we're going to get into Command by just going to agent.kw.com. You're going to have your username and password. You're going to log in there. So we're going to go into opportunities, and the first thing that we have to do is we have to create checklist in each opportunity stage for us to be able to use this feature of the client updates. So I'm going to walk you through quickly how to do that, and then we'll really spend the most amount of time talking about those client updates. So I'm going to go into my personal opportunities. Again, you can do this in a team Command account as well, but I already have some set up in my personal account, so we're just going to go in that way. And the easiest way that I think to do this is we're going to decide first what are the things I would want to do under the listing side when I'm cultivating a seller, when I'm moving them to the appointment phase, or when I have an active seller under contract and closed. And then we have the ability to think about the same thing on the buyer side. So let's just go into our buyers. We'll go into active buyers right here. And you'll see that we've got these stages that fall underneath those phases. So we've got buyers that are searching, buyers that we're showing properties to, and then buyers that are in the negotiation stage. Now, when we click into any of those stages, you'll notice that right up here, this is what we want to make sure we're paying attention to. We've got that edit stages. So we're going to click directly on that. And this is where you'll see you have the stage names. Now we could come in and edit those names. If we don't like that stage, we can actually delete it. We can create additional stages. But what we want to focus on are these checklist items. Now, if you've never created a checklist, you might notice that we have like a 0 out of 0 right here. For this, we have 0 out of 4 because we have created some. So for you to create those checklist items, all we're going to do is click directly on that. And you'll see it allows us to just click add item right here. So I encourage you to kind of think about this for a second and think, okay, if I knew that I had a buyer or I had a seller, what are the things that, number one, I need to make sure I'm always doing, that it never slips between the cracks? And so we always make sure that we're doing that for every single transaction. But let's also think about, what do we want to continue to let our client know that we are doing? Because the client updates pull from these checklists. So I do kind of encourage you to almost like whiteboard this out or take a moment, maybe reach out to some other Keller Williams associates and ask them, hey, what do you have for your checklist? We know we're such a company that really thrives on collaboration. So let's go in and collaborate and find those perfect checklists. Now, once you've done that, again, we could come in here and we could add any item to that checklist. So we're just adding an additional item to the checklist. We're going to hit save. We could choose to add an additional item and so on and so forth. We're going to make sure that we hit that save button down here again. So that's the first thing that we're going to take a look at is, what checklist do we have built out for this? Now, once we come in and we build out those checklist items, you'll see that over here we have a little box next to client update. So this is asking us, of these items that we are saying we need to make sure that we do, which of these do I want my client to be updated about? And so if I know I want them to know that I've received the pre-qual letter from them, if I know that I've received this, we're just going to go in and decide, what do you want your client to know that you've done? And we're just going to hit save right there. So again, the first thing that we're doing is we're setting up those checklists, and then we're deciding on that client update. Now, what I like to do is then go in and decide on each opportunity. So let's say that we're in this one for the negotiation. So we're going to click directly on that. And you'll see that once we go into this opportunity, we've got a box up here that says client updates. And then it's asking me, do I want to send daily progress emails for this particular opportunity? I'm going to toggle that to yes. And I love this, you guys. We even have the ability to say, what time do I want to send this? And then who do I want this to be sent from? I'm in an individual agent account right here. So on a team, we would be able to update that. And then down here, who am I sending this to? So this is going to be sent to the buyer. I can even add an additional contact down here. So maybe you have first-time home buyers and they have parents that want to be involved. Maybe we have a trust if we're selling the house and we just need multiple people to know what's happening. And then here's what's going to be sent. We'll look at this really nice preview down here. It's going to always be branded with your information up here. It's going to have your client information right here. We're checking things off the list. It would have the address right here. If it's a listing and we had pulled the listing in from KWLS, you'd actually have the photo right here. And then it's going to tell them we've completed this item, and so on and so forth. And then again, branded to you all down here at the bottom. So here's how I challenge you to use this. I want you to think of yourself at a listing appointment or at a buyer's consultation. And I want you to tell them, I understand that communication is so important to you. So here's my promise to you. Every day that myself or someone on our team does something that we know you need to know that we've completed that, you are going to receive a personal email from me letting you know that. And then let's even ask one more question. What time do you prefer that I send you that email? What would be a good time for you to review that email when it comes across to you? And if they say 1 p.m., I'm going to actually come in here and make sure that I'm sending it at 12 so that they have it in their inbox anytime I've completed something, so they're receiving that. So again, we're going to go look at this. We're going to make sure we've toggled this to yes, make sure we're sending it at the right time, make sure all of the details are correct. We're going to choose save. So now that we've set up, okay, your client updates are good for this particular transaction, we're going to go back into this particular opportunity, and this is where we've got some really great magic that happens. So if we go back into, let me just go from the beginning right here, we're going to go into active buyers, and we've got that checklist right here. And we've done this, we've done that. So again, we're saying, okay, make sure I update the client when I've done these items. So I want them to be updated. And then once I check this box right here, that email goes out if it's due today, and we would send it out based off of the time frame for that. So again, that just depends on when did we complete it and has the email already gone for that day. So just make sure you're paying attention to the time frame for that. But this, I just think, is such an amazing, amazing thing you all have in Command, the ability for you to automatically update those clients. We know that communication is so important both on the buyer and the seller side. I really, truly believe this is one of the fantastic features in Command that's going to bring you a ton of repeat and referral business because you are just so on top of the game. People want to know what's happening, especially in this crazy market. So let's deliver to the consumers what they are asking for. So again, just to backtrack, we got to make sure we set up those tasks first, or those checklists in opportunities. So we want to create the checklist. Then we're going to decide which of those items do we want the client to be updated about. As we go in and check off that we've completed it, that's how the updates go out. So pro tip for you guys, go in and create an opportunity, adding yourself as a buyer or seller. Add yourself as that client, say that you want to be updated, send the email to yourself so you can really see it and see the magic and how it works. And then I believe that you will set this up and you will continue to use them. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I hope this was helpful. Have a fantastic rest of your day and set those client updates up. They want to hear from you. They want to know what you're doing. Have a great day, everyone.